Yeah. Once again, man, this your favorite loudmouth, Big Tree, a.k.a. Tree Farms, and this is the Beamen and Tree Show.
It's the Beamen and Tree Show, baby, and we back. It's your boy, Triple Beamen, a.k.a. Beamen, a.k.a. Yo Mama Side Piece. Y'all know we wasn't going nowhere with another season of the Beamen and Tree Show. What's going on, Tree?
I'm chilling, man. It's the second day of spring. The weather didn't seem to feel that way. Motherfuckers had 80% chance of snow today here in North Carolina. But nonetheless, Beanie, man, I'm like Jada. I'm just happy to be here, you know?
Man, let me tell you, bro. I done left sunny Florida, come back to North Carolina, and I had all 4 seasons in a week. How that work?
Yeah, man. It's done snowed in Greensboro, the last 2 weeks in the month of March, you know, like. It's crazy. It done got snow 3 times in 2018 already. And then we got the little snowstorm like right at the end of 2017. But you know, North Carolinians, man, we done got spoiled over the years. But man, we know the government out there messing with global warming. They talking about what my man Cat Williams say on that new documentary. Talking about something, it ain't no global warming. He said, man, it's 80 degrees on Christmas. He said when I was a little boy, it was 36 degrees on Christmas, man. It's 87 degrees in January in Cincinnati. Shouts out to Cat Williams, man. Speaking in Cat.
Oh, he came to Greensboro.
Shut it down. This past weekend.
Shut it down.
Seen everybody on social media with their new hair.
I know. So was with their fat farm jeans.
Yeah, man, y'all females, dudes, whatever, man, y'all just be so simpleton, man. Like, y'all predictable, man. Y'all predictable like the next day. Like, simple as that, man. They out here putting up their Fashion Avenue outfits. I ain't got their City Trend outfits. Y'all go ahead, bro. It's a new wave, man. You ain't got to post all your moves, man. Go to the show and enjoy yourself. What's wrong with them, Beamen?
Man, I don't know, man, but one thing about it, that boy Cat still got it, though. Man,
yeah.
I just from the little clips I seen, boy, he still got it. Still got it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, he got the fresh show on Netflix right now. The fresh stand-up, man. And I was checking that out, and I laughed the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
He also made me laugh in this brand new season of Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
He was on, episode 2?
Alligator Man.
Alligator Man.
He was on episode 1.
Was that 1? Yeah, that was 1. The first one. Set it off. He said, boy, you ain't even got a mirror to look at yourself in. He said, the alligators came out there. They said, he do got them kids. Said, he do got an alligator.
Yeah, they confirmed it. His ass ain't playing, boy.
He said, hey, them children ain't lying to you. They ain't got no reason to lie to you.
Boy, remind me of one of my old uncles or something, boy.
Shouts out to Atlanta, Donald Glover, a.k.a. the Childish Gambino, man.
Man, this dude is doing what he's doing. In these past couple years, man, it's just, we might not never see it again. Put out a classic album, and in between 2 classic, seems like the second season gonna be a classic. The first season was a classic. Atlanta, man, just always for the culture. Great content, hit you in the gut comedy, slick comedy. Donald Glover, man, genius.
Atlanta, man, Robin season. You know, look, how about that first episode when they had the Miss Winners up there getting robbed?
The Mrs. Winners.
The Mrs. Winners, hey, man.
What you know about going up there on Summit? Back in A&T,
yes, sir.
Back in the day.
Show that college ID.
Show that college and get that. What was it? 3-piece?
No, it was
2-piece.
2-piece, 2 size for $2.99.
Man, I used to go up there after a long night, about 3 a.m. because they used to be open 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
And look, give me one of them cinnamon buns, boy.
Ooh, them cinnamon buns be big as Paul Bunyan's hands, man.
I'm telling you, boy. After a long night, doing the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
I'm telling you. But man, robbing season, man. And then did you see my boy Paperboy get robbed? He got robbed so polite, didn't he?
So polite. Never seen nobody get Beamen cell phone over here going off, y'all. He back like he never left.
Yeah, y'all know how it goes.
But yeah, man, my man said, hey man, I would give you a ride home, but you might come out the house shooting.
Hey, man, beautiful writing, man. Beautiful comedy.
I can't, begin to explain how excited I'd be for every episode, man. Like, I was already pissed off that they gave us a year and a half delay.
So did.
So when it finally came back, man, I was sitting in front of the TV like the new season of Martin or something, bro. Like, this show is so genius. It gives you the ins and outs of just how black folks go through day-to-day life, man. Especially in that age bracket that they shining the spotlight on. That age 25 right on up to 35. That age bracket right there is what Donald Glover is shining the light on in Atlanta. Whether you're trying to just hustle and be a businessman, be a rapper, or just get your bills paid, pay your daycare for your daughter or your son. He goes into it, man. How about when they was at the bar and my man gave them free shots? And he said, I'm going to take one with y'all.
Man, I'm telling you.
Bro want that record.
Paper boy, you like, man, shut the fuck up.
Right. Bro want that record deal.
Man, so, dude, boy, how about when my boy, he finally cashed out on the dog from the first season. Finally cashed out, bro.
Yo, Darius comes through.
Man, shout out to Lakeith, man.
Lakeith Stanfield, man. Like,
shout out to Lakeith.
I still don't like how Charlamagne tried to play him on the Breakfast Club when he was.
I'll reference that all the time. I'll be like, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah.
All the time, I'll be like, nah, that ain't it.
But yeah, man, he coming through with his character. How about on the first episode where Darius was like, man, you mind if I come in with you? The vibe just seems intense.
But hey, bruh can act, bro.
Bruh
can act.
He's coming up. I see why Donald Glover reached out to him. Then you take the episode when they go to the mall, the no chase policy. The man in there with that
my boy with the do-rag.
In there with the do-rag on. He in there giving my man like a critique soliloquy on how to steal shoes out of a department store in the mall.
3-4 pair of shoes and walked straight out.
Bro walked out with like boxes under his arm with the wife beat on,
with the do-rag, just to go to the interview.
Man, and snap on the damn interview on the dude getting the job interview, knocked all the shit off the damn desk, man. Like, I'm like, oh my God,
had me dying.
You out here risking it all for a pair of dress shoes in the mall, then go to the job.
Hey, but that lets you know how real it is. There's people out here really taking risks.
Yeah.
Just so they can get on the straight and narrow.
You right, man. You absolutely
beautiful
right.
Writing, man.
Well, we ain't gonna tell y'all and go too much in it, man.
If you ain't seen it, go see it.
Yeah, it's on FX.
On Thursday nights,
10 o'clock.
You got that Fire Stick. You can watch it anytime.
And you know, it was nominated for an Emmy, Golden Globe, and the Writers Guild Actor Award. So big up to Donald Glover, man. He doing big things. We're going to scroll right on along to the Netflix show, 7 Seconds, starring your girl, Regina King.
You I was about to say from you remember on Poetic Justice?
Oh, yeah.
She was messing with my boy Chicago.
Yeah. Or she was Doughboy homegirl on the porch.
How you know God is a man?
Right. Right. And then she really the one that set it off for Ricky getting killed. You remember when they was at the drive-in?
They bumped her.
And Buddy called her a bitch. And then Doughboy came up there and was like, what's good?
Yeah. We got a problem?
And from that moment on, it was beef.
Really? Hey, you know, if Ricky would have never got killed if he wasn't too busy scratching them lottery tickets.
Man, and I'm going to tell you something. We still suffering today scratching them lottery tickets.
Man,
if Ricky ain't teach you nothing about gambling with your life and a lottery ticket, that 1992 John Singleton movie you'll never learn, man.
Man, R.I.P. Ricky Baker,
man.
All he wanted to do was go play football.
That's it. How about when a recruiter came into the neighborhood, boy, and the boys were about to shoot him? They thought it was a drive-by. They was like, yo, who that? He was in there looking for Ricky. Had the baby moms in there, the kid in there. He was like, what the recruiter say?
How old are you? Is this your little brother?
Yeah. Nah. That's my son. But yeah, man, back to Regina King. She was the big star in 7 Seconds, man. She had a lead role. Her husband, I forget his name, but he was the dad from Lincoln Heights. Lincoln Heights used to come on Fox Family. Yeah. But he done been, like you said, he done been on a whole handful of stuff. It was about a 15-year-old kid in Jersey City, New Jersey. Yep. He was riding through the park, got hit by a cop. And the cop basically left him there for dead. Yep. Hit and run, left him in the ditch for 12 hours to bleed out.
Yeah, basically, he was contemplating doing the right thing. He was gonna call it in, say it was a mistake, but instead he called his team and they encouraged him to just leave him there because they was like, you a white cop, you hit a young black boy, and they thought he was dead, and they thought the best scenario was to leave him there because they ain't want the bad press, the bad publicity.
Yeah, and he was expressing that, white cop hitting a kid with a car who happens to be black isn't an accident anymore. He said he referenced to Ferguson and, a whole bunch of other instances where unarmed black males were, just killed. And it was a real well-written 10-episode series on Netflix. Netflix is winning, by the way. Netflix,
Monique, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But Netflix is the epitome of cutting out the middleman.
Oh, yeah.
And in this scenario, the middleman is Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, they cutting them out.
They
got some great content. I just seen today they making a show with Tariq from Power.
Oh, my God.
He playing a basketball star in the hood. I forget what it's called, but I just seen the trailer for that today on social media. So they definitely, Netflix is doing it. I'm sorry, Monique, but we on Netflix. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, man.
Even though I agree with her.
Yeah, I agree with.
Except when she said she was the most decorated comedian alive. I couldn't agree with that, but I agree with her.
Right. Who is the most decorated comedian alive right now?
Man, I gotta go to the OGs though, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the Martin Lawrences, and I gotta go to them.
But what decorated OG of all time is still being relevant, a la a Snoop Dogg, a la a Hove or a Diddy? Diddy, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg are all still relevant right now.
Relevant.
So as far as the comedians go, what OG?
I mean, of course, you got Martin Lawrence. You got the Kings of Comedy. They still moving around out here.
Cedric the Entertainer is in the new up and coming series with Tracy Morgan.
That's coming on
TBS.
Yeah.
And people forget. You say Martin Lawrence. Tracy Morgan was Hustle Man on the Martin Lawrence show. So I don't know. It's just kind of hard to pinpoint it. I don't want to say the easy thing and go with Kevin Hart.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm talking about, like, if you talk about the last 20, 25 years,
right.
these people who, they still moving around. Probably not as relevant as they was, but they still, can put asses in the seat,
right,
so to speak. So, yeah. But moral of the story: Netflix out here moving around.
Yeah, and they, like I said, the content is good. I'm feeling the documentaries. They also hosted and hoisted the Khalif Browder story. Khalif Browder was the guy from the Bronx, New York, who was incarcerated for 3 years for a crime that he was innocent of. He eventually got out of jail and committed suicide through the heartache of being in solitary confinement 474 straight days. All that stuff, just being beat.
It's like going to war and coming back to like everyday life.
Simple as that.
You shell shock.
Yeah.
Shout out the great man Jay-Z. He executive produced that story
as well.
So yeah, Netflix definitely doing it. But man, 7 seconds. If you haven't seen that, it's a 10-episode series. All the episodes about an hour long. Great content. I'm pretty sure Regina King getting some kind of award for this show. She plays the mother of the kid who was killed by the cops, and man, it's so many layers to it, man. So definitely check that out if you haven't checked that out on Netflix.
Moving right along, we're gonna go to the new series that just wrapped up this past Sunday, The Chi.
The Chi, shout out to Chicago.
Yeah, man.
Cook County.
My girl, wasn't Lena Heath?
Lena Waithe.
Lena Waithe.
Yeah.
Said Lena Heath. Lena Waithe did her thing on this. Common executively produced it.
Yeah, put his money where his mouth is.
Those of y'all who don't know, The Chi was it premiered back in January on Showtime. If you got that Fire Stick like me and your boy Beamen, you can go and check that thing out. And The Chi was a 10-part episode, 10-season episode. I mean, a 10-episode season as well. And it shedded light on the everyday life in the city, on the south side of Chicago. And like me and Beamen was saying off the mic, it didn't just shed light on the negative. They showed the humanization of people, the human element of just everyday people living on the south side of Chicago. And it started off with a star basketball player being
Jason gets killed.
Yeah, gets
in
shot
front of the stash house.
Right, he gets shot and killed. Another kid runs along and kind of Coogie sees things that he doesn't supposed to see. And long story short, man, it rolls out into an excellent 10-episode season. And it ain't your typical game banging show. It's well written, like me and Beamen said. And
it has a lot of layers to it. All the stories tie together in some form of fashion.
Yeah,
great acting. Like Tree said, gives you that human aspect, man. Chicago gets a bad rap, and I love Chicago. A beautiful city, definitely different from what the media portrays. I spent 3 months in Chicago. I love Chicago, so I'm glad that people from Chicago was actually able to tell a story about Chicago. That's important. A lot of times we get these stories, and it's written and told by people not of the culture, not from these communities, but you got Common, Lena Waithe, even the guy who plays Reg, he's from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Just people actually from Chicago telling a story about Chicago. Definitely great, beautiful content.
I definitely looked at it as it's definitely, in my mind, has similar traits to The Wire, just by it being a character-driven show. They do well tying in characters together that you never thought would ended up being tied in together. But nonetheless, they give you perspective of, young middle school kids, a struggling single father who's trying to make the mature stage in his life of not buying sneakers anymore and getting a job and taking care of the many kids that he have. Then it just gives you other perspectives on the drug trade and how Chicago does have some bad seeds in its police department. Don't really dive too much into that kind of stuff. It hits on it and keep those characters active and alive. But like I said, man, it's a lot of emotion in the show. It's good. It ain't all negative.
Also, it shows how, of course, Chicago is known for its gun trade. It kind of shows how that is infiltrated and how that is initiated in these inner city communities, how they put all the guns there and expect us to kill each other. Definitely sheds light on your everyday business owner like Sonny. Gives his perspective, and Sonny has a brother who's an OG.
My man Sonny was in there throwing them pork chops on that griddle back there, man.
He sure was.
People think Chicago all cityfied. Chicago the Midwest, man. It's like
but what I learned from being in Chicago, bro, a lot of them are one generation away from the South.
Absolutely.
So all their grandmothers and uncles and stuff, they from South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama.
Yeah, that's where they moved to back in the day. Illinois was a free state.
Yeah, exactly. So to speak, free state. Definitely known for their house music and jazz, rhythm and blues. So, man, Chicago is a beautiful city, and this is a beautiful, beautiful story. If you have not checked out The Chi, y'all know I've been talking about The Chi on social media. I said it was the best show out, and it is, and it's probably gonna be the best show that I done seen until Power come back.
There it is, man. Me and Beamen was talking about Denzel Washington's most recent movie, Roman J. Israel Esquire, and it was based off a true story. And
we found out it actually wasn't a true story.
It wasn't?
It wasn't a true story.
I looked it up. I googled it on the internet.
Man, I did too, man. I thought it was a true story. I might be wrong, but I googled it myself.
No, because they was talking about how my man was he was high level, high functioning, autistic. Him being
yeah. Now it might have been based on some true things, but I think most of it was. We're gonna have to do some research on that, but I promise. When I first heard about it, they said it was a true story. Then I googled it and they said it wasn't. So I don't know. I'm conflicted there.
I seen it recently, as of probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I googled 2 or 3 links, man, because they was just giving me information that I felt was very enlightening, and I'm like, damn. But hey, it's a great movie nonetheless. Denzel Washington went unnoticed in my opinion.
Man, I ain't never seen Uncle Denny. Uncle Denny got a slept on film. Man, that thing was great, man. Beautiful writing. My boy Colin Farrell in there.
Yeah.
He played the hell out of his role.
And it's basically just showing how Denzel was playing a lawyer who didn't believe in overcharging or charging poor people for court cases. And because of how he hated how the court system and the justice system is, he never went out into the field and actually made court appearances for his clients. He just did all the dirty work, so to speak, behind the closed doors. And it just showed how he was still stuck back in his time in the 70s.
He was a big activist back then. Yeah. Black Panthers was, doing their thing.
And he walked around with a Walkman and a CD player and headphones and stuff still. So, like I said, it's a great Denzel movie, man. Moving right along. Black Panther just eclipsed the $1.2 billion mark, Beamen.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda, man. I still look. Don't y'all get mad at me. I still ain't seen Black Panther. I'm just waiting for all you band members. You move your feet to the beat of the tune. All you followers out there. All you trendy trendettes. I'm just waiting for all of y'all to die down. Yo, I was at the CIAA and my man dapped me up and hit me with the Wakanda X joint. I'm like, bro, I'm not finna do it back. I caught myself mid, about to do it, and I'm like, nah. But yeah, man,
beautiful, great film, man. Great film. I just read today that it eclipsed the 35 million mark when it comes to the hashtag Wakanda. It was something to deal with Wakanda and Black Panther, what Black Panther has done for me. 35 million tweets, that was a Twitter record. You said the 1.2 billion, I heard they about 14 million away from the record. So I'm definitely proud of what it's done. Shout out to Ron Coogler, black director, mostly black cast. My one critique about the movie is that, of course, still a white dude had to say today.
Man.
To a certain extent, it was well, you ain't seen it, but you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right.
But shout out to Michael B. Jordan, Lupita. Lupita not that big.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's right from the gorge, so to speak.
Man, shout out to them, man. My boy Chadwick Boseman, man, just beautiful film. You can see the advancement in technology when it comes to these films and the writing. Great film, Tree. You gotta go see that, bro.
Yeah, I've been slipping on my pamping, but I'll check it out. Well, me and Beamen, we're gonna slide into a little break, man. Let a little dope music hit your eardrums, and we'll be right back.
It's about that time to take a smoke break. Top drop like a snowflake. Twisting up while listening to old tapes. Cause the radio is so fake. People trying to call me, think I'm dead wrong. I switched the silent on my cell phone. Kicking it with shouted cause my head wrong. She been wondering what the hell wrong. It's a bunch of issues I can explain, but I would rather just forget, man. It's enough to drive a nigga insane. Holla fuck it while I feel the drain. We just need a chance to go and vacate. Clear my thoughts inside a safe place. It's just another thing coming from winter to the summer. The life of elevator, making sure I keep it running till it's time to go hang. Sip it, smoke flame, cause we don't give a damn about a thing. Free up your mind, forget about time. Relieve your stress and suffer no pain. Just trying to live, cause that's a big deal. We ain't gon' bother shit, so just chill. We just doing us, man. Just doing us, man. Just doing us, man. Us, man. Yeah. Take the medicated ass shit. Hit it 2 more times and pass it. Want the rest of that is stash shit. Cause police swear to God it's drastic. All we trying to do is relax. Somewhere with no type of feedback. The button, then I ease back. Turn it up and let the beat crack. Cruising through the city while the sun drop. Well, we can't hear no guns pop. We can't see no traffic or no damn cops. They can't make the fun stop. If that's your left, we wanna be, they hate that. See them shackles and I shake that. Issues might pop up, but we just shake back. Flex the muscle when the weight that. But now it's time to go hang. Sip it, smoke flame, cause we don't give a damn about a thing. Free up your mind, forget about time. Relieve your stress and suffer no pain. We just Free up your mind, forget about time. Relieve your stress and suffer no pain. We just tryna live, cause that's a big deal. We ain't gon' bother shit, so just chill. We just doing us, man. We just doing us, man. Us, man. Us, man.
Yeah, we back, man. It's your boy Tree, your favorite loudmouth, man.
You already know it's Beamen, man. We right back at you. What's going on with him, Tree?
Got a feather caught in my throat right now, back here coughing, but nonetheless, man, students have been walking out in Florida, enlightening they want the gun laws stricken here in America. They're scared as hell, people. You know,
scared to go to school, man. You remember back in the day, the school and the church house. The schoolhouse, church house, them was like the safe grounds. Now you got to be strapped going up in them places.
Especially in the church, and your boy Dylan Roof, you know, he went down there to Charleston, South Carolina and shot up all those good folks down there. But nonetheless, students been walking out all week, and they're tired as hell of I guess, being in the crosshairs. They talking about giving teachers guns.
And I'm going to tell you, that's the dumbest fucking idea I ever heard.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you. The way I was as a kid, I would have been shot down.
Right.
One of them teachers would have shot me down. So that's definitely not a good idea. Giving the teachers a strap in the classroom. You know how these kids is.
My thing is, when I in high school, we had a resource officer with a gun.
Mm-hmm. We did too.
So I mean, just put three or four resource officers. Always have one in the gym. You got a gym resource officer, a cafeteria resource officer, and then a main hall resource officer.
Mm-hmm. Stalking the hall.
That's just always on the main hall near the office. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you got 3 armed resource officers at every high school in America, guess what? You got a chance to get the message out there to 911 quicker. 911 already there. Then them boys going to walkie-talkie and call 911. I bet you 5 extra people die in those situations because can't nobody get to 911 quick enough.
That's real.
You know, so.
Did you see the story about the resource officer that was at the school
hiding?
And he hid. he had a chance to go in and he turned his back.
Right. Shouts out to my resource officer back in high school, Tim Manning. I heard he's Martin County's sheriff now. He never had to pull his gun, but he never was afraid to pull that pen out and send your ass to ISS, boy.
Man, the resource officer at Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, man, they used to slam motherfuckers on their head, boy, I'm telling you. But one time I seen my boy, I had a Hispanic homeboy, man, they tried to tie him up, he slammed them. I was like, my boy, they tased the hell out of him.
Well, I did see, Officer Tim Manning, I'll call you by your name. You're a public sheriff now, so hey, you ain't listening to my show. Bet you probably never thought I'd get this far. But anyway, man, he ain't give me a hard time. I always gave them one. But one time, boy, that he was in the cafeteria, boy, them girls got to fighting and got to throwing them jungle juices at each other, boy. He went over there to try to break it up, Beamen, and them feet got the zip, 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 zip. He on that back, done bust that ass. But yeah, man, on a serious note, I think it was a black kid at one of the protests, and he had a sign that said, I hope as a black man, as a black person, I can have as many rights as a gun do. I thought that was profound, man.
That's profound, and what is profound is that the students are taking the charge. They're filling the shoes of what the grown people in America we need to be responsible of. These kids their patience is thin, so they taking matters into their own hands, which I think is a beautiful thing, man. We live in an age where the young person is more powerful now. They got social media. They more outspoken. So I want to touch on this. They did the walkout or whatever, I thought was great. And then it's a janitor down in Florida. She up there stealing stuff out the backpacks of the kids, stealing money and stuff out the backpacks of the kids while they trying to do something powerful. They tired of getting shot up in the schools, and she up there stealing out the backpack.
I thought I heard and saw something similar to that, and when you came in today and brought it up to my attention, and you confirmed that I did hear something of that nature. And I think that's just, ludicrous. It's stupid. I hate that those kind of things get light shed on them in these kind of moments, but that's just crazy, man. But hey, it's life. It's real out here. The struggle is real, and people are doing anything to survive to get to the next day, and really to get to next week. Next day, the next day be here when you're struggling. It be Monday and Friday already be like on your plate, cause we all know, man, when you got bills and stuff to pay, and you ain't really got the job to match up with the funds, that damn due date come fast. That due date be sitting on your shoulder like the little conscience. You gonna pay me? You gonna pay me this time, or you gonna go ahead and just go out to eat? But moving right along, Donald Trump talks a harsher death penalty. He talks a harsher penalty for drug
violations.
Yeah, and just drug dealers in general. He wants a harsher violation.
Some of them even leading to the death penalty. Yeah,
he even went as far as to say other countries have way harsher penalties for this crime than the United States do, and we as a country have to put these people to jail who kill 2,000 to 3,000 people a year selling drugs, versus when one person kills one man, he gets life in prison for killing one person, but a drug dealer gets 6 months for selling drugs, and he probably done killed 2,000 people. I said, well, damn, Trump, who the hell bringing the drugs in America?
Yeah, we don't own no boats.
We don't own no boats.
No planes.
No planes. That's what Master P said on his Ghetto D album. I don't know no planes. I don't know no boats. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that, bruh. So how you gonna make the pusher, how you gonna make the street corner dealer do life in prison when he ain't even the one bringing the dope in? Exactly. You need to put the
get the plug up.
The distributors, the people who in here, the CIA. That's who you need to be out here putting harsher penalties on. But I just thought that was funny. Donald Trump talking about drug dealers in the USA should have harsher punishment. I said, well, damn. That means every government official and Border Patrol officer or whoever makes this shit float the way it does in America, they ass gonna be in handcuffs along with all the other drug dealers that they done try to put behind bars.
Yeah, you know how it go, bro. You know how this shit.
Yeah, man. Also, we know how it go. Sacramento, California, police fired 20 shots in a home of Stephen Clark, who had 2 kids and a wife.
Two kids, 22 years old, at his own crib, in his own backyard.
Two police officers, y'all, fired 20 shots, 10 shots apiece. You mean to tell me y'all had to shoot 10 separate times? Y'all had to make a decision on 10 separate occasions to say he ain't dead yet, bam. 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 You know what I'm saying? You had to shoot 10 times
on
apiece.
His own property.
On his own, shot through the house. Said he was in his backyard. They said they did not that he knew he had a gun. They said they felt like he had a gun. See, but that's the little loophole in the laws of police officer. The moment they fear for their life, they can use deadly force. That's the law that they need to change for police officers. It's in their handbook. If they ever fear for their life or feel harm is coming towards them, a police officer is allowed to use deadly force at any moment, the moment he fears for his life.
Man, I seen a video yesterday on Twitter. They done shot down a dude in a wheelchair, unarmed.
Saw that.
Shot him down. Shot him like a dog in the street.
Yeah, man, it's a rough issue, man. I'm tired of police officers.
I feel like we've been touching on this for the longest.
Yeah, I mean, like they said, they've been doing it. It's just that our generation got the damn camera phones and stuff to videotape it. Hell, if my man videotaping it back in '92 and Rodney King got beat down, if they didn't convict them boys then, what makes you think they're gonna do it now? And we got cell phone footage,
clear quality,
and people are turning their backs, running away, and getting shot in the back.
Did you see the video of the young white boy who ran away?
Didn't see it.
Man, I'm talking about hit a 4-2 on him. They ain't shooting.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be my thing. What y'all think he running to do? Go get a gun? He running away from y'all because he's scared they shot Walter Scott in South Carolina.
Shot him in the back.
Shot him in the back, man.
That's why they running.
Yeah. Kill your masters. Simple as that. Kill your masters, man. However you need to kill them. Kill them with intelligence. Kill them with making chess moves subliminally. Kill them with not even broadcasting your next idea. You got to kill your masters out here, man. And you got to kill them in numbers. But moving right along, I'm going to get off that note because me and Beamen will be here all night. Moving right along. And I ain't got a problem with white people, Mexicans, or anything that ain't black. If you not black, I don't have a problem with you.
Really, man, the Hispanics and black, we all in the same.
Absolutely.
We live in the same communities.
We fall under that same.
Only thing different is the boat stops.
That's it. So at the end of the day, man, I just like to try to enlighten all races, and I like to share light on a race when they're treating. Yeah, and I like to share light on races when they don't treat other races right. You want to treat each other with respect, man. So at the end of the day, if a certain race is out here calling out another race and constantly beating them down, I'm going to say something about it, man. It's simple as that. But like I said, I got friends and people that I care about of all races. Moving right along, man. Hip-hop, man. It's only March, man, and me and Beamen already have basically top 3 albums of the year. Beamen is already threw his album of the year out there.
Man, I threw my album of the year, man. This is a dude we always talk. This is one of our favorite dudes who we always talk about. He owns 100% of his music. He's the definition of independent. He's a West Coast MC. Been out here about a decade grinding. I heard him for the first time in 2009. Man, my boy Nipsey, man. Neighborhood Nip, man. NipseyHussle. The Victory Lap album, man. He really came through on this one. He put it all together. All those mixtapes he was teasing us with, and we never got an actual album. He gave us Victory Lap, and it was beautiful. Man, I'm telling you, that Loaded Bases joint with CeeLo Green, man, what? Has CeeLo ever had a bad hook, bruh?
He just gave Big Crit a dope verse on Forever. I mean, not Forever. Forever is a mighty long time. He just gave him a dope. Charlamagne once again had Big Crit on the Breakfast Club and said, CeeLo killed you on your verse, right? And Big Crit was like, hey, man, that's what I want. I want him to come through and give me the best. But, yeah, man, shouts out to Nipsey Hussle. He performed at the halftime Laker game when the weekend his album dropped. He got, Miss Laura London on his hip. So he has a lot of motivation at home to give us a dope album. I second the emotion of Victory Lap. So far is the best album of the year. My homeboy Chris down in Charlotte, y'all can find him on Facebook as Chris Rogers II. He said that Nipsey Hussle album is whack and Davies album is whack. I said, bro, you corny.
Hey, yeah, Chris, we gotta talk to you, bro.
And he's a hip hop savant. But I'm like, bro, you corny, bro. Like,
come on, he ain't heard Double Up on that Nipsey album.
That damn, that's my favorite joint. Man. That Double Up and that Blue Laces.
That Blue Laces.
You know who made the beat? Mr. Lee, the famous Mr. Lee out of Houston, Texas.
Did you know the Hustle and Motivate was a sample of Hard Knock Life?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. I like how they chopped that up. But yeah, man, Double Up with Dom Kennedy.
And Belly killed that. I jump out the ledge when you let me. Yeah. Man, that was perfect combination. He had to put Dom on there. Dom been rocking with him for years on about every project. They always have one or two. They got excellent chemistry. You gotta put Dom on there. He ripped it.
Dom was on the last Crenshaw tape. Check Me Out.
Check Me Out.
And Nip, and then Nip was on Get Home Safely.
Get Home Safely. Yeah. So definitely, man, that Nip album. What you got? You had the Cos album. Shout out to Cos, Dreamville.
Yeah, he's out of Compton, I believe. He's out of the West Coast, man. West Coast holding it down out here, man. But yeah, the Cos album, Cos in Effect. J. Cole blessed him with a verse on the Zanata track. And Cos, man, I didn't like his first tape like that. He had a dope little single with J. Cole, but for the most part, some of his feature, he had a feature on Boz album. on I think it was Housewives, the single Housewives. But yeah, man, Kaz got a new album out. Go check him out, man. Currency just dropped a fresh new mixtape, the Spring Collection.
Spit up.
He got Corner Boy P up there, and you know his traditional lo-fi, you know, what I like to call, man, Currency make that relaxation music,
that elevated music.
You know what I'm saying? He make that riding music. You know, Currency make that music where one of your homeboys will be like, bro, who that? You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to Spitter representing them Hot Wheel cars, street customs out there in New Orleans. But yeah, he got the new tape out, man, the Spring Collection. I'm trying to figure out, it's a particular track on the album that I like, and y'all just gonna have to bear with me because I'm about to go look it up right quick. But he did his thing. He always give me Spitter has the dopest mixtapes in the game.
Yeah, he's definitely a mixtape king, man. Somebody was on Twitter the other day and said, who the mixtape king? And I know a lot of people was throwing Wayne out there. People fail to throw Currency out there, man.
Yeah, man.
This dude drop a tape every month if you want to.
He got a track out here called $$ Eyes with my boy Joey Badass.
Oh, okay. I definitely got to check that out.
He got a couple of tracks out here called Not Really Down. Restoration, he chopped up the beat Respiration that Talib Kweli and Mos Def did back in the day. Yeah. He did that with the usual suspects, Roddy and St. Wiz. But yeah, man, Currency dropped the joint, man. Y'all go check that one out.
Oh, man. I know you said my boy Royce the 5'9" and DJ Premier collabed on a joint. You know, when you see Primo on there, you know it's special. You got to get Primo on that album. Tell them about that Royce the 5'9", man.
Yeah, man. It's actually titled Prime. I was doing a Riding with Tree episode, or video on Instagram, and I had said P-Rhyme. I was just tripping. It's called Prime, and it's actually Prime 2. Prime 1 has 7 tracks on it, but Prime 2, man, has the likes of Dave East, Rock Marciano, Rhapsody from North Carolina,
from Snow Hill.
Got Big Crit, 2 Chainz, and CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green is everywhere. We probably about to get a CeeLo Green album.
Yeah,
he was on the Big Crit album. He was just on the NipseyHussle.
He said him and Goody about to go back on tour.
Man, if that
Tree there.
If that happened, I'm coming in there with a good old paid up fashion soul food. Yeah.
Good old fashioned soul. Man, hey, you know I got soul food on vinyl, man.
Yeah, man.
I got soul food on vinyl.
My boy Fonte out of North Carolina, one half a little brother. He dropped a new album. No News is Good News.
Okay, definitely got to check that out.
Earth Gang, Dreamville's finest. They dropped a new joint last month called Royalty. Actually, it was the beginning of this month. And I think that's about it on the music tip. Like I said, Dave East did drop Paranoia too.
Oh, did, man. That made me probably my favorite joint out there. I love the joint with T.I. on there.
Yeah, I love the joint with T. I like the joint with Lloyd Banks. I like Talk Too Big, Prosper, Annoying with T.I., Violent with Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, that made me join. Made me want to throw the diamond up.
Yeah.
Want a cute beat chain.
Yes, sir. That joint was hard. Yeah, man. I saw Dave East put up something today. He was shouting out his basketball coaches that kicked him off the team. You know, Dave East played at University of Richmond. And then he played at University of Towson State. But he was like, yo, shouts out to Pat Kennedy and I want to say Matt Mooney or something like that. But anyway, they kicked my man Dave East off the team. He caught a little charge with the law and overcame that, and is an excellent dad. His daughter Kyrie just turned 2 years old, and shouts out to Dave East, man. Good for you. He was at the CIAA tournament. He was just at Southwest Music Music Festival down in Austin, Texas. Yep. And they did it pretty big down there. Her Ninth Wonder and Rhapsody was getting ready to go on stage with the Roots. Yeah. And they got a bomb for it. And
had to clear it out.
Yeah, had to clear it out. They did.
Speaking of that, that's going on in Austin, man. They putting bombs. We ain't touch on this. They putting bombs at prominent African American homes. putting bombs.
Yeah,
just
on their doorstep.
Yeah,
yeah.
It ain't enough coverage for me.
Right, it's not.
It ain't enough coverage for me.
Oh no.
Man, all peace be to them people out there, man. Hopefully they get it together out there. But back speaking of Rhapsody and Dave East, they're actually about to be featured on a show that Nas putting out a lot of content.
Yeah, he got a Mass Appeal. His production company, they do music. Dave East is signed to Mass Appeal Records, but Mass Appeal also does documentaries, and they getting into a lot of things in media wise. They do the Rhythm Roulette on YouTube.
Rhythm Roulette, I love that. They're about to put out the Rapture joint with Dave East, T.I., Rhapsody, whole bunch of prominent notable MCs.
I think 2 Chainz might be
2
up there too.
2 Chainz up there. They did the Word is Bond joint with what's my boy Tech 9. Rhapsody was on that one as well. A bunch of underground artists kind of breaking down their perspective of hip hop. Man, Mass Appeal, Nas, Jungle, all of them, they putting out great content.
Yeah, and I wanted to speak on 2 Chainz. I just saw something where he now owns all his masters.
Yes, sir.
He owns 100% of all his masters and his music. And what that means, people, he'll forever get paid 100% residual from his income.
And his kids will get paid. When he's long gone, his family will have those royalties. That's why it's important. And Hov been telling them forever, own your masters. Don't be slaves.
Yep. Shouts out to Jay-Z, man. Like I said, I just wanted to say that in general. I think him and Beyonce just announced the On the Run
tour Part 2. They touring everywhere. I just seen a picture of them on Rap Radar from they was riding around Jamaica on a motorcycle, you know, just being rich. You know, Blue Ivy, she up there bidding $19,000 at the show.
Yeah, they took her to a little gala or something, didn't they?
Yeah, and then she up there. She wasn't even supposed to bid on it. But
she put her hand up on a $19,000 art painting, and Jay-Z had to slap her hand down. Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite black families, one of my favorite families in general. Me personally, I'm a fan of Will Smith and Jada. You know, shouts out to Will Smith for making his presence be felt and known on Instagram. He's a character, man. But moving right along, man, we're going to close this show out with a sports segment. The NCAA tournament is upon us, and the Sweet 16 is in full effect.
I don't even know how to get the words.
No, I got the words together. I heard that the dress code for the Sweet 16 was a formal dress code this year, people, and that means there were no heels allowed. And the heels I speak of are those Tar Heels. No heels allowed in the dress code of the Sweet 16 this year, baby. The defending champs caught a little bit of that NyQuil that Duke catches in the second round of the tournament. People get on Duke about losing in the second round of the tournament. I said Carolina fans done killed themselves and put themselves in the back of Paul Bearer and Undertaker's casket, man. Oh, those Tar Heels are home, baby. They resting in peace.
There you go.
Them Tar Heels are home resting in peace. And my Blue Devils are dancing in Kyrie Irving Team Nike shoes in the Sweet 16, baby. We're 2 wins away from the Final Four.
Moving along, did you hear about Virginia? The number 1 seed losing to the 16 seed, University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, that did happen.
The number 16 seed, University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Baltimore County.
Upset the Virginia Cavaliers.
At first, I was thinking that was a community college or something.
Well, look,
what the hell was going on?
Twitter was killing them, bro. Because
I was on Twitter killing them.
They killed them, bro. They said, "How you gonna lose to the school that Stringer Burrell got his business degree at?" They killing them, man. They killing them
First round, the number 1 overall seed, number 1 in the nation, had only lost 2 games all year. and they come out and wet the bed. What you say? They more than wet the bed.
Yeah, they had a wet dream. They had a wet dream, boy, and it came in like the first 30 seconds.
Quick spitter.
That boy Jarius Lyles came out there and was just picking his spots, playing that Rucker Park b-ball. I'm talking about, man, them boys won't call no plays. Does Virginia think they're gonna come out there and not play high octane offense in the NCAA tournaments? At this point, everybody champions. You either won your conference tournament or you were just good enough to be an at-large bid. Exactly. And you out there 21-21 at halftime, so they're gonna lose.
Yep, they playing around. That's the one knock on Virginia. They'll shut you down on that defense. But when it's one single elimination and one kid get hot, that's all you need. One kid get hot against them and it's over.
You know, and how about on that same side of the bracket, you had number 4 Arizona getting bounced out in the first round. You had, of course, you know, like I said, I picked on your Tar Heels. They were the number 2 seed over there, got bounced out. Michigan State got bounced out. Yo, that whole side of the other bracket, that Gonzaga probably gonna come up out of the turn. They gonna repeat in the national championship game, bro. Ain't nobody over there that can really beat them except for Xavier just lost. It ain't no more number 1 seeds left on that side of the bracket, bro. 2 seeds either.
Yeah, man. It's ugly this year, man. I'm glad I ain't even fill out a bracket. I'm glad I ain't bet no bread on it. Because I already knew. I felt like this would be the year. Because you ain't had that number 1 type team. Like, of course, Virginia, they only lost two games this year. But I never felt that they could win it all. I never had that feeling.
Well, it's like Charles Barkley and them was saying, man, you're not going to hold 6 teams in the NCAA tournament to under 70 points. Nah, Virginia hadn't had nobody to score 70 points on them all year, and the 16 seed hung 75 on them. So, you know, that's a lot in its own there. Shouts out to Virginia for being 28-2, but like I said, Charlottesville, had you hadn't pulled that bull-ish last summer, and getting that endorsement from your little president, maybe, you know, Karma and the sports guys would have let you live a little bit. Exactly. But may evil and negative vibes forever rain down on the city of Charlottesville.
They're going to be hurt for a long time with that one.
Moving right along, man. My boy Richard Sherman was released from the Seattle Seahawks, along with Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett went to the Eagles. I'm getting sick of the Eagles, bro. They over there, and they just signed Haloti Ngata to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, all that beef on that line.
They think they got a D1 Florida State D line back in '98.
Clemson the other
you know what I'm saying? You platooning 10 D linemen in the NFL. All right. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, Richard Sherman, he got released from the Seahawks. He signed with the San Francisco 49ers. He said he's not signing with the 49ers just because he could play the Seahawks twice a year.
Yeah, well, I believe that.
Yeah, right. Only one left over there, man, Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman. I mean, Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor, I think they're going to be able to do
yeah.
this year, too.
Well, look. They went to 2 Super Bowls.
Won one. They should have won 2.
Should have won 2. They won 1. You'll win 5-6 years in the NFL. You got to start tearing it down and building it back up. They can't afford all them guys, man. And Richard Sherman's just a strong personality right now that I don't really feel like the Seattle Seahawks organization.
They don't feel like dealing with.
Nope. And they're not as comfortable with him like they were when he first the Crabtree outburst with Aaron Andrews on Fox. That was cool. They know that was emotion in sports, but it's to continue after that. And he was well within his right to be and do everything that made that organization feel uncomfortable, you know. But as you know, at the end of the day, even if you got that, what they say that, like my man Boyce Watkins.
Yeah, Dr. Boyce.
You got to have your FU money. Mm-hmm. Even though Richard Sherman got FU money, man, sometimes, you know, people don't want to be able, they don't want to have to entertain that kind of scrutiny that you would bring when you do use your amendment rights of freedom of speech. So,
yeah.
It's
definitely going to be interesting to see him having to go up to Seattle and Seattle going to down to California. To play twice a year. That's gonna be interesting.
And look, San Francisco, man, they did well when they got Jimmy Garoppolo this past year. You know, I think they went undefeated with him. And at the end of the day,
not to mention though that he he had about the same stats as my boy Colin, who ain't got a job.
Right. Man, look, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with Colin. He going to end up signing with somebody, and he going to win. If Nick Foles can win a Super Bowl, I now know that when Colin Kaepernick gets back in the NFL and gets a legitimate shot, he'll do something very similar. You know, with the right tutelage, the right system in place, he'll be fine.
He's still been working out, man.
Yeah,
shout out to him, man. He did that 10 for 10 challenge or something like that.
Yeah, he got KD, Steph, a lot of different people to donate $10,000, man.
He matched every donation that they donated. I know Snoop Dogg donated a bunch of money. Man, shout out, man. Just putting his money where his mouth is, man. So nobody can't never say he just did it for the publicity. Dude's putting his money where his mouth is, beating the payment, and I mean, they still doing my boy dirty.
Yeah, I hate it, man. The Golden State Warriors don't have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry,
or Clay.
I think it's just a move out of Greg Popovich's book.
Look. Mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Hey, look, man. Steve Kerr played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich.
You know he's slick.
He got all the tricks, man. Popovich was doing this with Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan a couple years ago, sitting these boys out. All three. Now then, Draymond went out with a damn.
Now they hurt.
All four of them gone.
They already know they can't catch Houston.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they done.
They resting, bro.
Look, we ain't gonna get the number 1 seed this year. Cool. They probably knew that 10 games ago. Cool. We gonna rest up on them. We gonna get the 2 seed, end up playing Utah or something, and meet the Rockets in the final. And I still don't think the Rockets got what it takes to beat the Warriors 4 times. But if anybody can do it, it's this Rockets team.
Yeah.
But I don't think, man, ain't no one man that that Houston has is better than KD.
Right. And that's where the fall off gonna be. Chris Paul and James Harden gonna be able to defer and cancel out Steph and Clay to an extent. Mm-hmm. They'll be able to contain them and cancel them out to an extent. It's just the other things that they do well, like the dirty work that Draymond does, the one-on-one consistent scoring that Kevin Durant will keep distributing because there's nobody on that roster that can check him. They got a better chance of putting Clint Capella on. You know what I'm saying? Capella, he a big man. But yeah, man, it was a guy in Food Line the other day talking about he got the Rockets in the finals. We'll see, man.
Okay.
We'll see. It seems very interesting, man.
Man, I feel bad for my boy because Chris Paul, man, I get hyped for him every year. And too bad he in the West, man.
Yeah.
If he was in the East, he'd probably go to the finals and give it a run for his money. But too bad the big bad Warriors is out there. And KD said he want 2 more.
And somebody give Mark Jackson a job, man.
He need to go ahead to the Knicks. He played for the Knicks, played for St. John's. It's a perfect opportunity. And look, they saying it's either him or David Black. Well, come on now.
David Black is getting job, man. And get well soon, Tyronn Lue. He's stepping away from the Cleveland Cavaliers indefinitely. He has some heart issues and some health issues, and he said a quote today. He feel what he needs to do is best for the team and his health, in so many words. So, yeah, shouts out to Tyronn Lue, even though I'm not a fan of LeBron and his carousel of teams that he chooses from every year. But more so than anything, we want everybody to be healthy, man. But yeah, man, we get ready to wrap it up, yo. That's about 55 minutes, and me and Beamen had to come back and bring y'all a show. I'm pretty sure Beamen may got something else he want to run down to y'all. I'm like Jadakiss said, I'm just happy to be here, you know?
Man, I'm definitely happy to be here. I know we had a little hiatus, but we back with more content. We're going to be back giving y'all more content, more video content, more streaming service content. We're taking it to the next level. Definitely still on YouTube. We're gonna distribute this to Apple Music and all Tidal and all those other streaming services. We're taking it to the next level, and I hope y'all with us for the ride.
Absolutely, man. Like my man Beamen said, this is the new season of the Beamen and Tree Show. This is your favorite loudmouth, and I'm happy to be back in the booth, and we're going to continue to give y'all this good information, be a source and need of information for the community, man. And like Beamen said, we about to go video viral. I appreciate everybody who views all my videos on Instagram, Riding with Tree. I'm just up there, you know, letting you guys know what I listen to, what gets me through Tuesday to Wednesday while I'm on my way to work, or while I'm on my way to class, or if I'm on my way home from class, or on my way up to go pay the bill. You know, everybody got music that they like to listen to in different situations. And I'm just happy to be able to bring some kind of relatable information to the people that stand to listen my big loud mouth, man. But like I said, we get ready to close this show out, man. Always leave comments if you guys want to hear and see something. And I'm out, man.
And another thing, we coming back with them Beamen and Tree t-shirts, the colored joints, and those will be for sale soon. We have our own brands that we will be marketing. So man, y'all just ride it out with us, man. It's your boy Beamen, your mama side piece, and y'all already know how I ended my usual spiel. Keep it trill, eat what you kill. We out, baby.
We out.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's really what it is. Yeah. New NipseyHussle. Check me out. You in trouble. Check me out. Pay us now. Check me out. Or pay me double. Check me out. New NipseyHussle. Check me out. New NipseyHussle. Check me out. New NipseyHussle. Check me out. Nigga fuck it. Check me out. Nigga fuck it. I came from nothing. Shootouts in public. Riding buses, buying Benzes, buying buckets. Knocked me off from my grind, that's what they wasn't. My life was ugly, then I got money. Caught a glimpse of that, that's not for me. She say she love me, she think she love me. She want my money, I think she funny. All bad bitches. Feet 12 inches. Broke niggas die slow, while the rich get richer. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. It sound like it look. Sound like it look. Sound like it look. Yeah. Yeah. We on the shaw. Check me out. Above the law. Check me out. I sag my pants. Check me out. To show my draws. Check me out. This how we ball. Check me out. Slots and more. Check me out. I fuck her once. Check me out. And never thought. Check me out. Nigga. All bad bitches. So money in, by the way. Feet 12 inches. Broke niggas die slow. It's on your feet. While the rich get richer. Balenciagas. No Gucci problems. Get money with Thomas. Louis V persona. Hit a nigga with a llama. You don't want them problems. I do my thing in the kitchen. See, that's a Pyrex vision. And I roll with the riches. Stay flipping those bitches. Stay away from the snitches. That's how you get those stitches. Only fuck with my circle. No square ass niggas. And we don't smoke on purple. Only kush out the Benzes. Where a nigga come from? My niggas is so relentless. We don't play no games. Send a nigga to the dentist or to the ICU. That's our ICU. All about my business. All money business, bitches. All bad bitches. Feet 12 inches. Broke niggas die slow, while the rich get richer. OPM, check me out. All money in, check me out. That's a Beamer, check me out. And a Benz, check me out. We do it big, check me out. Fucking twins, check me out. Then fuck they friends, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. That's what I told her. Check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. OPM, check me out. All money in, check me out, nigga. Y'all see this shit? Everything I hop in go fast. Today go by when I ain't got it. If I want it, and that's how it should be. Nightfall. Play that. Play that. Play that. Play that.